Constituency 4. Time for better. Time for Azard Gumbs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. T4 can't take some all no more. We choosing hope, yeah, we choosing more. But Azard now makes it for better for sure. New day rising, C4 restore G4. Can't take some all no more. But Azard makes C4 better for sure. Repeat it loud from shore to shore. But Azard Gumbs bring more to fore. Rain falling, road breaking down. Potholes everywhere all over town. Broken promises, same old tune. People fed up, change coming soon. Every election the talk sound nice, but C4 paying the same high price. Community hurting, patience gone. C4 say we moving on. Hands in the air, hear the people roar. C4 united like never before. Better days knocking at the door. Everybody chanting, hey! Oh, C4 can't take some out no more. We choosing hope, yeah, we choosing more. But Azard now makes C4 better for sure. New day rising, C4 restore C4. C4 restore. Hey, C4 can't take no more broken talk. Road them mash up, still plenty walk. And not even from 4, you know. But Azard Gumbs born and grow. Raised in 4, he know the pain. From Green Acres, straight through the rain. Leadership strong, vision clear. That's the reason why the people here say his name. Let it take go true. From every yard, every avenue. This time we voting for something true. C4 shouting, hey! Oh, C4 can't take some all no more. Hands in the air, let the people roar. But Azard makes C4 better for sure. Better roads, better life. C4 one more. C4 can't take some all no more. Yet Azard makes C4 better for sure. Better roads, better life. C4 one more, yeah. Yeah. Who bringing change? Azard Gumbs. Who bringing more? Azard Gumbs. Who go make C4 great for sure? Azard Gumbs. Hey. C4 restore. Hey. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. 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 Can't take some all no more. But Azard now makes it for better for sure. C4 restored. From shore to shore, from yard to yard. One voice, one choice. Vote Azard Gumbs. Makes C4 great for sure.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Unfiltered. I am your host, Azard Gumbs, Deputy Political Leader of the People's Action Movement and candidate for Constituency number 4 for the People's Action Movement. With me this evening, I have Kyle Flanders and Troy Flanders. On Tuesday, 27th January 2026, we had a press conference held by Samuel Duggins, the Minister of Agriculture et al. And that press conference, in my view, was theatrical at best. I am not sure how Kyle or Troy will express their opinion of that press conference. I believe it was more theater than substance. It was a lot of monologues, curated photos, but when you look at the whole content, there was little or no real policy or program to benefit the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Kyle, what was your view on last week's press conference?
Thank you. Good evening, all. I share the same sentiment as you. The press conference was shallow, lack of substance, and it just left everyone, I assume, who are listening, a little starving for something else, guys. There was nothing there to feast on. So that's my take on that. We'll dig in deeper, but
yeah. Troy, what about you?
Good night to all, Azad. Once again, thanks for the opportunity. And you know, you ask a good question, because when you think about the press conference, I say it was just a show. And what I see is that the guy who they was trying to elevate, he was looking so beat up, but just out of it. Seems as if somebody was just saying, "By go out there and say something because you're trailing in the polls."
In fact, when persons asked him questions, he either deflected, didn't answer the questions directly, or just laughed his way into some sort of spot. I mean, there are certain questions that was asked by members of the audience, and we're going to go and look at some of Duggins's answers to these questions. And so the first clip that we're going to play is his response when he was asked about the sporting facilities.
As we speak. Now, going back to Warner Park. In my budget address and a number of other addresses before, I spoke to the conditions of our sporting facility on attaining this position. Kim Collins, dilapidated. Basketball City, dilapidated. Warner Park Netball, dilapidated. Warner Park Tennis, dilapidated. Warner Park Football, dilapidated. Warner Park Cricket, dilapidated. And we're not even going out into the communities because we'll be here all morning. These are all our national stadiums, all dilapidated. And while we say this, it's important to note that this comes on the heel of an administration that boasted about surpluses every year. Now, we have seen Kim Collins completely renovated. Basketball City, renovated. We have done some work for Netball City, but there's still more work to be done. We have done work for cricket, but there's still more work to be done. And we continue to work. What I can say to you is that over the last 2 years, we have made deliberate efforts to
set of persons in agriculture berating and abusing and cussing. You know what is the cause, or can you share with us what is the difference? Because it appears there's some major difference between a particular group.
Thank you for your questions, Swilkin, and I love your diplomacy. You know, governing and leading is interesting because you have to find a balance in satisfaction.
So that was the question. The question was asked that there are a set of persons who are berating or talking about agriculture, and no sooner than the question is asked and the question and is finished, Duggan start to chuckle, start to laugh, because I am thinking that he's trying in his head, how can I make this up? How can I fool them to believe that agriculture is doing something?
So what you to say?
Well, let's look at what Duggins further said in relation to it.
When it comes down to agriculture, that is one of the ministries that I take very seriously. I take it seriously as a person who has dedicated himself to agricultural development even before assuming office. The last decade of my life was me being a farmer completely. That was my occupation.
So Duggins says that he takes agriculture very seriously. I wouldn't want to say agriculture if he didn't take it seriously. And he also said that he dedicated his last 10 years to farming. I would say that he did do some farming. But I recall, if you look at it, it's 2026, minus 10 from 2026. We get 2016. During that time, based on my knowledge, he was heavily involved with Team Unity, and he had a post in SKNIS. So was it that he was farming while he was supposed to be a member of SKNIS? We do acknowledge that at some point in time he did do some farming.
Yes.
But to say the entire decade of his life was just strictly to farming, so he was a caretaker in constituency number 3 for PLP in 2017. Was he a farmer then?
Well, maybe he was a farmer. Maybe.
He was a farmer, but he wasn't the premier farmer. I could tell you that much because I know I would have seen some of his products in the supermarket once every 6 months or 7 months or 8 months to see them something come through, and it wasn't a top of nothing. So that is why you could see why agriculture floundering, because he's now exposed to not have been a very good farmer.
And there's so many persons complaining. You can't say that agriculture is doing well when the people who are part of agriculture, the people who secure our food, are complaining.
He went on to say man lying and woman lying, but figures don't lie. So
Well, he was right when he said that, yeah? Men lie and women lie, because he's been seen throughout this presentation that he had making up things, not being truthful.
So yes, correct for that. Go ahead. Yeah.
So all he got to do is to present the figures and let the whole nation know how well of a job he's doing.
In fact, he spoke about the 25 by 25 agenda in 2025. Now in 2026, why didn't he talk about the 2026 press conference that he had highlighted the previous quarter, right? So that previous quarter was held in 2025. So why didn't he boast about accomplishing the 25 by 25 agenda?
Oh, he failed.
That was his whole
That's the
thing.
figure right there. You failed 25 by 25.
For the whole 2025, he was talking about this 25 by 25 agenda, and poof, doesn't mention it at all.
And all of us who are saying it's not going to succeed because of how you're approaching it. Wait until 2025 and you see. Now, if you want to talk about figures, let's talk about figures, right? How many greenhouses finished up and operational?
In addition to that, he had
0.
said that these greenhouses were to be completed. I think sometime in what 2023
By,
or 2024.
by it was
I lose track of the
it was a
years.
9 months project.
And
Start
it's,
2022. So 9 months it's supposed to take to finish from 2022.
and we're 2021 now.
6.
So that's like 4 years after.
Talk about figures. 4 years behind, 4 years late.
And how much completed, Mr. Flanders?
As far as I'm concerned, 0. He's saying, oh, the operation, the only one that none is finished, none is operational. Let's see you go down there and tour and pull a fruit from one of them and eat and show this is what was produced there. Tabasco project, how many were shipped? We know 0. So figures we're talking about. The import bill, they decreased? No, it went up. Figures again. So you're talking about figures, how much input in stock for sometimes in a year, gone in the past year. Every minute, 0. What about animal feed? Farmers crying because none did. 0. Figures again. How much tomatoes was dumped under your watch? How much paper was dumped under? How many pounds of produce farmers lost? Many. You're talking about figures.
You talk about, as you're talking about feed, you were self-sufficient with egg.
Yes, we were.
And under his watch, what happened?
Well, because there was no feed, the birds couldn't eat, and so they stopped producing egg. Farmers told me went as far as trying to feed them rice, trying to feed them greens and all kinds of things because they just had no feed. And they had a point where the birds start laying 1 egg a day, and you can't during Christmas time.
So how we get egg?
They had to import some of them.
So what are the 2025?
Well, we kept the import bills so with all the hatchery and whatnot they're talking about. I mean, you have to talk to farmers. I know farmers don't like to talk, but I've spoken to poultry farmers. They say the chicken them dying, they ain't getting enough feed. You're just a mess, man. You're just a mess.
Imagine you got a hatchery, but you're not gonna starter for the old chicks.
What's the point? What is the point?
But yet, agriculture is a ministry that he takes very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say, the answers scare me. You know? The answers scare me a lot because imagine someone genuinely believes that something is happening in agriculture to push the sector forward. No matter how many farmers crying, the proof right in your face, no inputs, no feed, no greenhouse, import bill going up. But yet, what are they talking about? Agriculture doing great. No tractor, no land pressure.
Still the same problem.
Like these are real tangible things and they go, how you could sit there, laugh like it's a joke, and act like things actually happen when farmers living it. They live it every single day.
But when last see people looking in the supermarket?
That's what I told you. I don't see the best I don't see is from Nevis, Paris, leafy greens pack in Rams. I don't see much of things anymore. So maybe if I'm done, I don't know what's going on there, but I don't see nothing from him no more. So yeah, it was too hard and struggle. So me in power now, me salary going up, me need no farming no more. So I don't know. That's all I could say. I don't know.
But agriculture is something that he takes very serious.
Very serious. 4 directors in 3 years. How serious is that? 2 PS. How serious is that? 3 PS?
And he started with Van Collins.
Oh, that's true. He was on yes. And then yes. And then yes.
Started with Van Collins.
And there's still question out as to what happened to the last PS. The last PS disappeared without any explanation by the minister or the ministry. Samuel Duggins destroys everything that he touches. The only thing that seems to be going well under him is carnival. And we know that carnival is something that petitions take into their own hands.
He will succeed in spite of it.
It would succeed regardless because petitions and divisions are ensuring that the carnival product is done well. We have so many private stakeholders.
Yeah, not fit, man.
So many persons who are invested every year. I mean, he basically has to do nothing. He goes up and just puts on the crown. That's all he does.
Pictures they have to take, so you have
Pictures have to take. So, given that the because of everybody else being so involved, carnival, yes.
Well, that might be the honest thing him putting with us.
Yes.
Yes.
Because history will show that every year carnival
Progressively.
before him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing he didn't put in with us.
Just like tourism, everything is going up, was going up all the time. They committed, they continue going up. So that's why we appreciate that. But everything else, honestly, I think one of the problems is this. When you have stubborn people at leadership, Because the Prime Minister here in the crowd, everybody, Lord, the man got too much things under his plate. Too much things under his plate. Do something. He feel like, okay, no, if I admit that, I have to reshuffle, I'm a failure. And so therefore, he failed to reshuffle any of his ministries. Were you happy with failure, sir? You like failure just like that? Like every time you fail and you're happy still? You're seeing it and you refuse to do anything?
But then as you talk about the Prime Minister, it was the same Prime Minister who asked farmers to make a case.
I remember the meeting, yeah?
To make a case to put finance into agriculture. It's the same Prime Minister, you know?
And I want somebody to tell me.
I want to know who made the case for Tabasco.
That's why I want to say we need an update on the Tabasco project, because I heard through the grapevine that they were told that how they had it down there, the wind gonna mash up the plants, them, it's not viable. They carry on, we got sea blast and wind, and sea blast and will mashing them up over there. But they say guards running around, guarding the place, and nobody could really go and see what's going on. There's people thief from it. I don't know. So I would like them to come and tell us what happened to Tabasco. That was a whole year gone. So in your review of 2025, last quarter, there was nothing at all to say about Tabasco. Whether it is succeeding, nothing at all to say about it. They just conveniently left out where Tabasco was at the end of 2025. Something gotta be wrong.
So what is the production cost?
We don't know.
Is it feasible?
The only thing we know, it was 5.5 million set aside for that in last year's in 2025 budget. This year, an next 5.5 million set aside for the new invention.
So is it that you ask if it's feasible? Because I was told that I mean maybe somebody was just making up things that they had 50 people went to pick peppers, and no, I got it wrong. 80 of them, and they get 50 pounds of pepper.
It wasn't that good move in the first place. I don't understand.
I mean, maybe the person was just trying to be funny.
But that's why we're hearing it about it though. Something off. Something is off about the Tabasco project.
2 days, 80 people pick pepper, and at the end of 2 days, they get 50 pounds of pepper.
And think about it though. Think about it on a real though. You're a farmer. Do you think down here is a good place for any kind of crop with the sea blast and the wind? You're gonna knock out.
No, pineapple.
Yeah, okay, good. Because you got the leaf like.
Yeah, pineapple.
But a sensitive thing like the Tabasco pepper, it's not feasible. So I don't understand it. But is it him or is it Joe? Because he make Joe's leading the charge for SK Nature, the big farm.
That's the name of the farm?
Yeah, SK Nature name now. They changed it to from Tabasco.
So you're not hearing nothing about Tabasco?
They incorporated into SK Nature. So that's the new thing.
Well, there's another clip that I want us to play. And this one is when he spoke about, I guess, someone. Let's see that clip.
Happening in agriculture. You have to ask, are they on this island or they live somewhere else? But beyond that, you have to ask, what is the motivation? Now let's go back a little bit in history. That conversation started on Win FM. Who was the radio host at the time when it started? There you go. But if we recognize who the radio host is, you recognize that from 2022, it is the same voice that was on Island Tea, that is the same voice that was standing outside of Open Day. It is the same voice that is now still doing it. And if I were to be less diplomatic, we recognize that that voice is political. And that voice, interestingly, has been fuel behind the idea of wanting to contest the next general election. Now, I am in support of any young person who wants to step up in service. What I will say, though, is that St. Kitts and Nevis is our gem. And if you truly want to serve people, trying to tarnish the gem cannot be the direction to great service. If there is something, point it out. But every day, it seems that this guy go to sleep with Samuel Duggins on the mind, wake up with Samuel Duggins on the mind, eat with Samuel Duggins on the mind, and so far they can't see nothing good happening in St. Kitts. I don't know if we live in the same St. Kitts and Nevis. Because in the St. Kitts and Nevis that I live in, we are seeing progress being powered.
Watch out, man. So he honestly believe people got here like
And as you said, a number of other persons are seeing the same. So maybe they are turning a blind eye to the progress, or maybe they just don't wish for it to be seen. But either which way, you can't deny the facts of what is happening. You can make as much noise, but like I say, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And we are seeing that progress. So to answer your question a bit more succinctly, I do believe a lot of what you hear is just wrapped in political banter that is trying to distract our nationals from the true progress that they are witnessing.
So he went on to talk about island tea. And at one point in time, I was the host of Island Tea, and there was and still is the Farm Report. The Farm Report was an initiative by the consortium. The voice echoed on the Farm Report were from members of the consortium. And so the issues that were highlighted were the issues farmers face and still continue to face this very day. And so when he speaks about it being political, one has to ask the question, are those persons who stood up at Open Day involved in political parties? Are those persons who continue to complain about how the Ministry of Agriculture is being handled part of political parties? And then he goes on to talk about hitting St. Kitts and Nevis and talking badly about St. Kitts and Nevis. Douglas, let's just be clear. We are talking about your incompetence, not about St. Kitts and Nevis. And so when you make the whole thing, he deflects again.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about the incompetent minister, and he deflects and said, well, we're trying to bring down St. Kitts and Nevis. We're trying to make it better. And that's why we believe that better days are coming for our country, and the people will decide who those better persons are to lead this federation. I don't know if you have anything to say.
Of course. Now, I've heard Duggins answered some questions in the past. Terribly. But that had to be one of the worst, most ridiculous answers I've heard him given since he ran into politics. Because the way, as I say, he deflected, introduced a strawman, red herring. So you're telling me you see a number of farmers there during open, but you only see one person? Or were you blind? Is it willfully blindness? Because you saw all of the farmers line up protesting because they're feeling the pain, they're feeling the hurt. But you're talking about one person?
In fact, there was, when the consortium started coming on Win FM, there was Mishak.
Mm-hmm.
Mishak, as far as I know, is a strong supporter of the Labour Party.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the president.
Still is.
And he was speaking out against the ministry and how they're handling things. I'm not hearing him now. I don't know if it is that he was silenced, because this seemed to be an administration that when you start to talk about issues, they try to silence you.
Mm-hmm.
But I have always said, I will not be silent on issues that affect our federation. And the men in this room aren't going to be silent about issues that affect our federation, because we believe that under Duggins, the Ministry of Agriculture has seen some of its worst days.
And, what I hear, from the clip we just played. Is someone training hand in the ear and surrender and say, I have been defeated. You hear the voice of a defeated person, somebody who has quit and the job. You just like you're begging referee, please time out.
Let's.
Yes, if you listen to him, that's a defeated person. Right? And the people in Constituency 4 is saying they don't want that representative no more. And he's getting it when he walk the street. So as we're talking about deflection, he trying a Hail Mary, trying to somehow watch it creep up, eh? Stay focus, go out, touch people's hand, kiss babies, get the job done, finish it. He's on the rope. Do not let him off.
In fact, I was in the constituency. Well, I live in the constituency. I can't say I was in the constituency when I lived there. But, while in the constituency on Saturday, I journeyed to Green Acres because there were a number of persons contacting me about the condition of the road. In fact, I told them I was going to look at it. I went down there I know the road was bad, but the condition of the road when the rain came over those days was deplorable. If persons could call me, who is not in Parliament as yet, I assume that they call the representative too.
Yeah, try.
And they have told me that they have tried to reach out and they have been complaining. And no sense of relief for the people who live there. I went down there on the 24th of January. I took some videos and some pictures. The very next day, dot was poured over those potholes. A temporary fix.
Yeah,
Reactive again. I remember speaking about the condition of the roads in Conyers. I did it not just once, but 2 times. I did it not just twice in 1 year. I did it in 2023. I did it in 2024. 2025. And now I will do it again in 2026. Because as we speak now, the roads are in no better state. Temporary fix. You should dot over the road. But the people of the constituency want better roads. And it's as though that this representative cares not for the people who have elected him. And so I will continue to speak on behalf of the people of constituency number 4, because the people deserve better. When you go on the street, they're saying they don't want Samuel no more. Samuel has not been performing. They're not seeing Duggins. They're wondering if he's even going to contest the election again. Or he's taking himself to Nigeria, or otherwise, maybe he's planning to go up here to relocate. He opened up, he cut the ribbon for a performance center up there. Maybe he's going to take his next performance to Nigeria.
But you could remember that you did a video about the greenhouse with the tall grass them, and the next couple of days
it was cut.
Yeah. And they went down.
And I remember I did a video about Kim Collins.
Yeah.
And he speed it.
I did a video about the tractors and what some ad come out and
You understand? Reactive.
Reactive.
But to say that, as you talk about being on Win FM and the host on Win FM, because I know you was there when he was there. He and the permanent secretary at that time was there. And they promised the farmers them heaven and earth. They said they're going to fence 2 acres at every farm.
Water on every farm.
They tell you about drip, the drip project. And they tell you about the greenhouses and how they soon finish in a March or some month they call. Right?
Promise after promise.
But he was there on the same Win FM program with the same host who you know say it's political.
Yeah.
He was there.
That's before Azard entered the ring, right?
Yes. And the conversation had already started. He joined the conversation.
Mm-hmm. He started under unity government.
He joined the conversation. And now because he failed to deliver, he become political. So is Azard, the host on Win FM, tell them retired it to tractor driver without a replacement? Is it Azard, the host on, who was the host on Win FM, went up there in the department and give them a list mark out of stock with every chemical? So how we become political, outgoing representative, failed representative, the worst minister of agriculture? How does it become political for your incompetence?
And that is why I have Duggins as the most incompetent minister on the Labour platform, the most incompetent minister in the Ministry of Agriculture.
A long shot.
I mean, I don't, and the most incompetent representative though. I don't know what he really does well.
I believe in a history, I believe he got most turnover in the ministry. In the type of PS and nothing.
Right.
We nothing know.
4 directors, 3 years.
And I am told that there might be some directors who might have left in even small business and otherwise.
Oh wow. Oh,
So-
small business, wow.
So I was hearing the rumors about it. I don't know if it's actually true, but I was hearing rumors that it's not just agriculture that is messing up.
The whole is all portfolio. But the thing is that you brought in 4 different directors for agriculture, 2 PSs, but it's a common denominator. It's a common denominator.
There's only
that's-
one person need to go, and the place would be back.
No, Azard.
Mhm.
The whole government need to be replaced
My apologies.
Because-
All of them need to go.
because someone has been strengthened by the head,
Mhm.
because he said that he would not intervene in no ministry,
Yeah.
right?
Even Trump a change. He wasn't.
So he allowed the slaughter to the farmers. He sit by and watch the farmers bleed, doing nothing. I understand that someone said there's 1,000 registered farmer. Last time it was 400 or something.
I don't know who he get the proof
But he
from,
said 1,000.
and fishers.
Well, he said that numbers not right. So I go by his numbers 1,000. So if there's 1,000 farmer, you're looking at household. That is about 4,000 people directly will be affected about that.
Mhm.
So now the Prime Minister is telling those 4,000 people, take your blows, tap the take blows.
And in the
I
meantime,
am not going to help you take
in the
all the
meantime, what
blows.
more can you start in your own farm then? So farmers are a business. Let Pep and Step go up over there. Farmers do what I want. Take the blows.
And it is a sad reality that things and needs that we are facing. And of course, we will continue to speak on the issue. Who knows? I mean, if there's still, if they, persons are expecting that the election could be any time this year, and so we here at the People's Action Movement, we're prepared. We're prepared to represent the people of St. Kitts and Nevis and truly give them a government they deserve. Because under Dr. Drew and Labour, the country has gotten worse. Persons are saying things aren't going well. And so as we conclude this evening's episode, I want you to stay tuned to other episodes. Subscribe, join the page, be part of the progress that we're making. And I also wish you, a safe week. Do have a wonderful week and stay safe. Thank you.
Constituency 4. Time for better. Time for Azard Gumbs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. take some all no more. We choosing hope, yeah, we choosing more. But Azard now makes it for better for sure. New day rising, C4 restore G4. Can't take some all no more. But Azard makes C4 better for sure. Repeat it loud from shore to shore. But Azard Gumbs bring more to fore. Rain falling, road breaking down. Potholes everywhere all over town. Broken promises, same old tune. People fed up, change coming soon. Every election the talk sound nice, but C4 paying the same high price. Community hurting, patience gone. C4 say we moving on. Hands in the air, hear the people roar. C4 united like never before. Better days knocking at the door. Everybody chanting, oh, C4 can't take some out no more. We choosing hope, yeah, we choosing more. But Azard now makes C4 better for sure. New day rising, C4 restore C4. Road them mash up, still plenty war. Man not even from four, you know. But Azard Gumbs born and grow, raised in four. He know the pain from Green Acres straight through the rain. Leadership strong, vision clear. That's the reason why the people here say his name. Let it take go true from every yard, every avenue. This time we voting for something true. C4 shouting, hey! Oh, C4 can't take some all no more. Hands in the air, let the people roar. But Azard makes C4 better for sure. Better roads, better life. C4 one more. C4 can't take some all no more. Get Azard makes C4 better for sure. Better roads, better life. C4 one more, yeah. Who bringing change? Azard Gumbs. Who bringing more? Azard Gumbs. Who go make C4 great for sure? Azard Gumbs. C4 restore. Azard now makes it for better for sure. C4 restored. From shore to shore, from yard to yard. One voice, one choice. Vote Azard Gumbs. Makes C4 great for sure.